Hey there and welcome to the demo video for Vydeo Pro. Now there are a lot of differences between the Pro version and the standard version, so let's go ahead and dive in and talk about what those are. And right from the get-go on the home screen here that you see where you are supposed to upload your video files, you can see that we have an additional option that says to download from YouTube. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. And what we can do here is we can search for YouTube videos, or we can go ahead and paste in the YouTube URL to a video that we would like to use. So I'm going to go ahead and search. So let's say the iPhone 6s, I'm going to search that, and we are going to receive a list of videos that we can go ahead and use to create our videograms. So I'm just going to select this one here. And when I do that, the software is going to go out there and it's going to automatically download the video for me and insert it into the software. And this screen here is the exact same as the standard. We can choose a start time and an end time, and we can choose the length of our gram. I'm just going to leave it like that and click on Create Videogram. And we're going to go ahead and let this load up and create our gram for us. And once that is finished, you are going to see that we have a lot more options compared to the standard version. So let's go ahead and go through these different options and let me show you how these work. So the first one that we have here is the add text option. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this, and as you guessed, it allows us to add text to our gram that we have here. And on the right hand side, we can see a live preview of what that looks like, and we can go ahead and drag this around and move it to wherever we want. We can use these boxes to resize this if we wanted to. And of course, we use the text box here to go ahead and enter any text that we would like to use. And again, we can adjust the time frame here of when we want this text to appear. Down below that, we have some fonts that we can choose from. We can adjust the size from here. We can change the text width and the border width. And we can also choose the text color and the border color. So you can play with that, and when you have it configured the way that you like, you can go ahead and click on Add Text. I'm going to cancel that for now because the next thing I want to jump into is the Select a CTA Image. I'm going to tap on that there, and now from here, we can either upload our own image from our computer, or if we jump over here to the gallery, they have a bunch of different CTA images that we can use and implement into our videogram. And we can see that we have about 6 pages here of different ones that we can use. And if I select one here, we can see that appear on the right hand side. And of course, just like the text, we can resize this any way that we want. We can put it anywhere we want. And we can also choose to have this pulsating or non-pulsating. Now, of course, you won't see it pulsating until we actually add this to our videogram. So I'll go ahead and put it down here out of the way, and I will click on Add Image so we can see what that looks like. And once we do it, we're going to see the software starts to go ahead and implement that for us. It's going to ask us to go ahead and save that, so I'm going to save it. And then that's going to redirect us to all the grams that we have. I'm going to go ahead and click on that one again so we can go back to the same gram that we were working with. And we can see that we now have our call to action down here in the bottom right hand corner, and now it's pulsating. All right. So next up, we have a play button that we can implement. And same thing as the call to action, we can upload our own button, or we can choose between the gallery of buttons that we have here. And you can see we have all different shapes and colors of play buttons that we can use. So we can implement one of these. We can resize this just to implement it on the half part of the gram here. We have the pulsating yes or no option here. And then once you have that, you just click on Add Button again, and it goes through the same process of adding that button to our gram. And here we are again. I'm going to click on that. And the next option that we have is the option to add a colored tint filter to our videogram. Now, sometimes you might want to add a tint filter to kind of spice it up or make it stand out depending on which website you are sharing it on. So we kind of click in here. We can choose whichever color that we would like to use. So red, for example. And you're going to see that we have this dark red box here. We can resize this to cover the entire thing. We can use it just to cover a certain box of our videogram. And then I'm going to click inside the box again, and I'm going to change the transparency here so that we can actually see our video. And go ahead and resize that one more time real quick. And just like that, we now have a tint over our videogram. So you can use this, like I said, to draw people's attention to your videogram and get them to click play and to watch your video and then go to your website or wherever you are trying to drive traffic to. I am going to jump back here. We have a few more options to cover. On the right hand side, we have our randomize options that we have in the standard version as well. Those do the exact same thing. And then below the videogram, we have a few more options. The first one being create a videogram intro. Now this videogram itself is in a GIF format, and that means it's not actually a video. What we can do is we can actually create a videogram intro, and that's going to export this gram here into MP4 format, so you actually have a video version of what you are visualizing right here. And that way you can upload that video to YouTube, to Facebook, to whatever networks you are looking to share it on. Underneath that, we have the create a videogram intro with video. If we choose this option, it's going to save it as a video in MP4, just like this option here. The only difference is, after our gram is done playing, it will move into the actual full-length video that we downloaded from YouTube. So the first option here is just the gram itself in MP4 format, and the one beneath that is the gram followed by the video itself in MP4 format. All right. Underneath that, we have a save option, and we also have a share option that allows us to share our gram to any of these different networks that we see here. We can instantly upload this to Imgur, we can throw it on our Twitter, we can upload it to YouTube, Tumblr, ImageShack, Facebook, all these different things. We can instantly take it from the software and upload it to these websites to save ourselves a lot of time. And once I choose something like YouTube here, it's going to ask you for the title, the description, all the different settings that are associated with whichever website or network that you selected from the share list. All right, so I think that's pretty much every pro feature that we have here. We talked about the different text, the call to action images, the play button images, the filters, exporting into video format. We have different sizes that you can use for your gram. You can also upload and download directly from YouTube. And that there is the Videogram Pro version.